I can't shoot them anymore. Perfection is rubber. What's mine in this world? I take it from anyone.
Right, let's go. Welcome to another Alex's Australian Adventures. Doing a 3-day hike, about 30 kilometres, 2 nights obviously, in the Woolamai area, or Woolamai National Park of New South Wales. About 100k from the city. Yeah, should be a nice walk. Got 2 days at least of lovely weather. I think it's going to be around about the 30s, and then the 3rd day there's the storms coming along, so we'll see how that goes. I'm getting quite used to coming home in a storm, as you might have seen in the previous video. Yeah, really looking forward to this. It starts off with fire trail, then a reasonably steep descent down to a river. Then the 2nd day is basically walking down the river about 8 kilometres. Which would be something new. I haven't done that before, so yeah, sort of face that with a little bit of intrepidation, but yeah, we'll see how we go. I've got a few ideas and strategies on how to deal with that, and yeah, just see how we go and have fun. So yeah, hope you enjoy the trip, and stay tuned. Bye. These little things are everywhere. They're amazing. They're like feathers on the outside there. Very fine. Don't know what they are. They don't quite look like a orchid. Probably some sort of lily of some sort. If I find out what they are, I'll put the name just here. So I'm trying out a few bits of kit on this trip. Well, trying them out on the trail at least. I normally hike in these big leather boots. They're German. I always forget the name. I'll put the name on the screen. They're great boots. They make my feet feel very comfortable and very secure. But I thought, certainly with river walking tomorrow, I don't want to get them wet. They take forever to dry. So I've gone from them to some Ultra 5s, which are very lightweight. Nice shoes, really comfortable. Doing a great job on this sort of walk. A little bit worried about how they'll go on some of the scrambling that I'll have to do later, both downhill and uphill on the last day. But yeah, they just kind of seem a little lightweight for that, but see how they go. But a huge difference in weight. The German ones 1.6 kilograms, and these are half a kilogram together. So yeah, so, but really comfortable. I'm doing a pretty good job so far. Anyway, so I've also tried to go a little bit more lightweight. Given it's summer and quite warm, don't think the temperature's going to get below 20 overnight. So that does help, not having to pack warm weather gear. So I'm using my Ember quilt, which is a sort of 10-degree summer quilt. So I'm thinking that should probably do the trick for tonight. And yeah, I've just got rid of a whole bunch of superfluous stuff out of my pack, and I'll see how it goes. So I'm currently carrying about 18 kilograms, which is far from lightweight, but there's 4 kilograms of water and about 2 kilograms of food. Not sure what this little guy is. He's about 1.5 meters. I wouldn't mind if he just moved on. You're blocking my path, pal. Come on. Don't quite know what it is. Doesn't look like a brown. Come on, move along. Well, he's still there. I have to say that's one of the first, probably the second snake I've come across on a hike. I don't know what it was. Beautiful looking thing. But yeah, I'll definitely keep my wits about me. So I managed to get a little bit of phone signal and send a picture of that snake to my family. And my son identified it as a diamond python. So I wasn't in any danger. Still, got the heart rate running a bit. And I tell you what, every piece of stringy bark or twig on the path is getting a second look now, I can tell you. How good's that? Nothing but wilderness. Ah, this is lovely. We've got some very squashed cheese sandwiches. Okay, here goes. Had my lunch and getting ready to go down. So I've obviously got the All Trails GPX on my phone and my satellite Garmin 66i unit, but I've often found them not particularly accurate. So I've taken to the old-fashioned navigation skills. So I've mapped out the course on the map. Yeah, so thanks to the course I did with Mountain Sphere before Christmas, which is really, really useful. Highly recommend it. Mountain Sphere, Ashley, yeah, great teacher. Yeah, so yeah, I've mapped out what I want to do. It's basically, it's not, this trail isn't marked on the map, but from what I can gather on All Trails and various other you know, things on the web, it pretty much follows the ridges, and that's pretty much, yeah, what I've mapped out. Well, this is an absolutely gorgeous walk. Just beautiful. Okay, got about a kilometre to go. Really pleasant so far. It is a little bit of the heat of the day. It's what was it? Yeah, 20 past 2. So I should get down there by 3. So I went through a few steep bits, but there is a particularly steep bit down here. So I'll see what that's about. The map's a little bit unclear as to where it goes. It seems to kind of go down and then travel along the contour a bit. So it's one bit of this trail I'm not entirely sure of. These shoes are doing okay for this sort of trekking. I am very much used to having my feet really snugged up and well protected, so my feet are moving around in these a little bit more than I'm used to, which I don't think it's doing me any harm, but it's just not used to it. Hopefully it won't collapse. I haven't tried getting into it yet, but it's usually a little bit tricky. It does require a little bit of tension on the ends, so I've been a bit creative. I got this stick from the water, quite a strong one, piled that into the sand so it's in quite a long way, and then try to keep the tension in the corners with these. It seems quite tense, and I've used the tree root there on the other ends, so hoping it's okay. Cross my fingers. So set up my mattress. I've got mattress and pillow, and just using a quilt, as I mentioned before. Put a few things in there. I think I'll end up taking my backpack in there. I haven't really got anywhere to hang it around here, or maybe up there potentially. Anyway, it's got a bit of food in there, but yeah, nice. I did say that I didn't bring anything superfluous, but my one luxury is that I did bring my chair. Happy to carry the extra 500 grams for that. Quite happy with that. Anyway, I like the setup. Hopefully, as I say, it won't collapse when I get in there, because it is a little bit tricky to get in. You've got to kind of sit down and then bring the thing over your head, and there's a bit of tension created when you do that. Anyway, this is just simply a lovely spot. Some tinder there, which will take the initial flame. I'm not going to start the fire yet. I've got my 3 grades of sticks. So my first ones are the very thin sticks, and so we've got the sort of finger and then thumb shape. That'll get this fire going. Everything's pretty dry, so shouldn't have too many issues come time. Just really want to get some embers tonight, not a lot. Just got some lamb chops to do. Right, yeah, this is a young Henry's new towner. I'd like to say it's cold, having been sat in the river, but it's not. It's still rather warm. But anyway, cheers. So I've just done these. I've put a few herbs and salt and pepper on them. Oh. I'm not too worried about overcooking them a bit. They weren't exactly cold when I got here. They weren't warm either. I can't believe a place like this exists and I'm the only one in it. Just brilliant. I think we're done. Corn. Odd combination, I know, but it'll do. Right. Won't make you sit there and watch me, but that meal is looking very good. Well, I've got to say those lamb chops were amazing. Yep, absolutely delightful. If I'd had 5 more, I would have gorged them as well. But alas, 5 was probably enough, really. Yeah, so the fire's still feeding that for a bit, and yeah, just chilling really. And yeah, it's about 7:30. Yeah, just watched the last bit of light come off these hills. Yeah, all set up over there, and yeah, no, I'm not putting a tarp up. There's no forecast of rain. Might get a bit of dew, but anyway, that'll be fine. Still haven't got into it, so I don't. Hopefully, it won't collapse when I try to get into it. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's just really, really peaceful here. Got the river sort of very gently sort of meandering down over there. There's some rapids, probably 100 metres further up there, which you may just be able to hear. Cicadas are going. It's actually really warm. Yeah, just really, really pleasant. Get to bed reasonably early. Get up reasonably early and work out how the hell I'm going to get down this river. Whether I float or whether I bushwhack. I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really. If you're floating down the river, it's just got to be really, really pleasant, especially in this weather. Bushwhacking is sometimes unpleasant. So, I don't know, but just take it as it comes, I suppose. Well, that was a rude awakening. I woke up, it's about 6:30 in the morning, and it was raining. So I've very hastily put my tarp up over the my wife calls it the playpen, over the bug net. Yeah, things are a little bit wet. Didn't rain that much, as you can see in the sand. It's only just dripping slightly now. Yeah, so a few things a little bit wet. Thankfully it wasn't that big a shower. Otherwise I'd probably have a little bit of an issue with my sleeping bag. But I think the Cedar Summit down has been treated to avoid just to be aquaphobic. So we'll find out just how well that works in a second. Yeah, things are a little bit wet and be very sandy. So, oh goodness, I've just put this up in about 5 minutes. Well, a bit longer than that probably. A bit under 10 actually, not too bad, considering that I tried it with a diamond shape and realised it wouldn't fit with how I had it. But doing a sort of square shape there has worked fairly well, and everything's reasonably covered. Might need to maybe pull it across here, but anyway, that was fun. Yeah, as I say, thankfully it wasn't too heavy a rain, but yeah, that was a bit of a shock when I opened my eyes and heard the rain falling through on the sleeping bag. Yeah. All right. Well, that's got me up. Beautiful morning, other than the slight rain, of course. And yeah, well, it's not misty. It's rain, but anyway, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I had to do all that without my glasses because I was in such a panic. I didn't even put my glasses on. So that's probably not too bad. And that, don't know if that configuration's in your book, Sam, but you know, that might be a new one for the next edition. Works. Oh, have a look at that. That's gorgeous. There's flax lily berries. So that's bush tucker. They're actually quite nice. These things are fruiting all around Sydney at the moment, or certainly around where we live. They're quite prolific. And they're actually really quite tasty. Make sure you get the right ones though. They're sweet. Got lots of pips in them, but actually, yeah, quite nice. That's the plant, although that looks a bit sort of scrappy compared to what you sort of get in the suburbs. Okay, and just packing up now. Just drying a couple of things. Thankfully that rain didn't last long, so things aren't too wet. Yeah, what I meant to say earlier was yeah, sleeping without the tarp. It's still worth it, even though it got rained on this morning. But the beauty of it was a beautiful clear night, at least for most of the night, and up there and all across there, all I could see was the Milky Way. It was like the Milky Way had lined itself up with this valley. It was truly magnificent. So I got to bed about 9ish, fell asleep pretty quickly, and then woke up at around about 12, and yeah, seriously just did not want to go back to bed or go back to sleep. Anyway, packing up. Still haven't quite decided how I'm going to get down this river. I've noticed some tracks going up here, so what I might do is go up that way, see where that takes me. I think I'm inevitably going to be in the water at some point. I might try and put that off as much as I can, maybe. I'm actually not too fast. The only thing I'm worried about being in the water is just being slightly less in control of my direction. I'm a reasonably good swimmer, but obviously I'll have clothes on and I'll be pushing the pack along on a float. But anyway, see how we go. I'll go through there. If it gets too hard, I'll just jump in the water. Okay, we're done. Took a while to get ready. Yeah, it's about 10:30, probably a little bit later than I'd like to have left. But yeah, let's see what's in store for today. So left no trace. So I've left that stick there, but it's not going to do any harm. And yeah, you wouldn't know there was a fire there last night. And yeah, it's a few clouds, quite warm, but nice, bit of a breeze. Probably impacting the audio, and yeah, a really nice spot. Alright, so that's to say I'm going to try and stay dry as much as possible, and yeah, take it as it comes. I've put everything in my pack. I've double bagged stuff, triple bagged some stuff, so it should be pretty dry. I've got two ways of getting across the water. There's either the using the pack rain protector and then sort of floating the bag inside that, or using a couple of garbage bags and stringing it along. So that's got to work, either one of those. But even if things don't work, I've got everything that needs to be dry in there, so and protected. So let's go. That's a bit exhausting. Oh, just get my breath. So it's quite reasonably dense undergrowth, but on top of that it's sand. So you kind of not very many places where you got a nice strong foothold. Anyway, probably hiker's lament, but the other side probably looks clearer. Anyway, I'll keep going. On this side, yeah, there are a few sort of footsteps and a sort of bare resemblance of a trail. Could even just be animal tracks, but the things we do to relax. Some people watching this probably think I'm absolutely nuts, and some people watching this are probably right. Anyway, this is actually good fun. All right, I'm going to bite the bullet. Launch just here. I'm going to jump in, see how we go on this little adventure. I can hear some rapids down there, so I'll keep an eye on that. I'm not going through the rapids. Right, let's see if this floats. Oh, if I was a true film producer, I'd leave the camera here and launch myself out and then come back. But I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Well, this is it. Oh. Okay. That's actually the issue with that. is I've got to make sure I'm actually swimming. Okay, I'll try that again. Okay, yeah, that probably looked a little bit disastrous, but anyway, it's fine. So what I'm going to do, there's some rapids just there. I'm going to just wade around. It looks just a bit too rocky. I'm going to wade around these rocks, get out over those rocks over there, and go through the rocks, have a look at the rapids, and yeah, see how I go. I need to get my confidence up on this water situation. If I can't, there's a plan B. I can get out. There's the river sort of does a big sweep back just down there, and just before that there's another exit out of here. So if I'm not feeling confident, I will just get to that spot, camp, and then get out of there tomorrow. But yeah, it's actually important to swim. Oh, didn't even saw that. Quite a large fish just jumped out of there. Yeah, so yeah, important to actually swim, not think you could sort of tread water. Anyway, it's a very refreshing way to travel, there's no doubt about that. Okay, I'm starting to have my doubts, if I'm totally honest. Getting through the water was okay. Now, push bashing to avoid these rapids. It's not so much hard going, it's just not knowing what's on the other side. And I know I've got a couple of these to go through today. I think I'll look and see what's on the other side of these rapids and make a call as to whether I'm going to keep going or head back. I don't want to quit. I've got a long way to go, but I do have to recognise I'm a relative newcomer to this, and if I'm suddenly have my doubts from now, I'll yeah, maybe I haven't quite got the confidence to keep going. Anyway, I will see what's on the other side of this, see what it looks like. I'll be able to see sort of down the river after this, and yeah, make a bit of a call. Yeah, it's kind of comforting when you find footsteps. So there's a few through here. Looks like somebody's actually camped there. Pretty nice spot. Yep, so I'll keep going. I don't know that I'm going to go to the full 8k though. Just see what we face. All right, I've made the call. I'm going to head back. I went up through and around there, and I just got to the point where I couldn't go any further. There's a big boulder in the way, so the only way to do it is really to get into the water again, which would mean getting to the water from here and going across to there, which I know looks pretty simple. Well, I can probably go and chop that little beach there, but I don't know, I've just lost confidence now. My mind sort of keeps thinking about what could go wrong. And if something goes wrong in the middle of there, there's just no backup. So if I'm going to do this, I will, when I do this, I will bring some sort of flotation device. I'm a bit disappointed, to be really honest. But you know, I gave it a crack, and yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Anyway, I'll get back through this sort of rapids bit, and unfortunately have to swim back a little bit against the current. But anyway, yeah, it's a shame. I really wanted to get down through there today, but I think if your mind's starting to sort of tell you, put some doubts in your head, probably best to listen to those doubts and call it quits. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, beautiful spot. I'll go back to where I was. I could even camp here. It's lovely, but yeah, I just want to get back there and yeah, I know it sounds a bit bad. Get back into my comfort zone there a bit, I suppose. Anyway, I've tested that today and yeah, learnt, and yeah, I'll bring a bit back up next time. But man, it's such a lovely place. Have a look through there. Okay, so I'm not going to go back the way I came, which was through here. I'll try and get to that beach and sort of move up and go back that way. A little less trying to go upstream. Now this is the way to do it. There's people here. They've got little blurb canoes by the looks of it. They're trying to work out how to get through the rapids. Okay, I've made the call. I'm going to head back home. So I've come back to my original campsite and yeah, had some lunch, had a bit of a swim just to cool off a bit, and yeah, look, decided that I'm just going to head off home. There's some ominous looking clouds up there that kind of sealed the fate, kind of, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I could stay here another night. I kind of feel I've done this spot, but yeah, as nice as it would be, yeah, just not, yeah, kind of not in the mood to reset up the camp and then, you know, probably have a bit of rain and then pick it all, set it all, put it all back down again and head off. So anyway, so I've made that call, and it's 3:30. There's certainly enough light to get me home or back to the car. So yeah, it'll take about 4 hours, I think. Yeah, lots of uphill, but never mind. I've rehydrated, eaten chocolate, Gatorade. Yeah, if that's not going to get me through, kind of nothing will. Anyway, so head back off. Anyway, got about 4.5k to go. It's about 20 past 6, exactly 20 past 6, and I'm yeah, pretty knackered, to be really quite honest with you. Anyway, I've just looked at the weather forecast. I've made the right call, even though it's for a different reason. But yeah, about 9 o'clock it's going to start raining here, and will do so pretty much continuously. So yeah, I'm glad I got out of that. Right, I will sign off now. Yeah, despite being knackered, it's such a beautiful walk up that hill. It's like it's been landscaped. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, I will see you next time. See ya.